how do I feel today? Ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. We made it. We made it. We made it. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it?
Man, you see the stuff in DC? What the hell?
It's hot now. It's hot now. It's hot.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Again, had a alarm here at the building. We all went outside. They made us move away from the building, went through, checked it out, and just got the all-clear false alarm. So we're back in the building. Got to do those things. And in fact, the guy said, I was waiting on you to come out. So, it's one thing when they know you're around here. But, David, you say there's stuff going on in D.C. What's happening? What's happening? Give me the update.
And they're storming the Capitol.
What?
They're storming the Capitol. They got the Trump folks out there storming the Capitol. They get into confrontation. Oh, of course, the police are not firing upon them.
Yeah, there are no rubber bullets or
no tear gas, none of that. But those who would stand with the Orange Menace are out there literally in physical confrontations trying to storm the capital of our country. And the Department of Justice is also reporting that their systems have been hacked by the Russians right now. So we are, from a black person perspective, this is Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like, it's another day here in our country. But as an American, you take that part into it, and like, man, are we watching the fall of the Republic? I don't know. I really don't know, because it seems that there are people who are heavily invested in making sure that that's so.
A whole lot of stuff is running through my head right now, and we can get back to the sports and all that later. But
this is crazy. It's insanity.
This is unprecedented. I mean, this is.
You think about all the things in the course of just our lifetimes that we've had to watch and endure. We were here for, it wasn't that long ago in 2000 when we were talking about a contested election, and people went home in January, right? And people went home. They didn't stay in Florida and contest for Al Gore. They didn't go to the courts and fight. They didn't start riots. George W. Bush was, sworn in as president. We didn't have this 2016, and people talk about being sore losers in 2016. You didn't see people out in the streets trying to shut down the government when Hillary Clinton had the popular vote and lost the presidency.
Bro, I'm looking at this, and it says the Capitol has been breached.
It is under siege.
Lawmakers are told they may need to duck under chairs amid Capitol breach.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing pictures of people on the Capitol grounds going up the Capitol stairs. And I'm seeing the police in the yellow vests, like they trying to find a good spot to lay their towel down and have now see the folks on top of the Capitol with the long rifles now.
Yeah, but you see, do you think, had that been the new Black Panther Party or Black Lives Matter folks running up on the Capitol in that manner, do you think that they would have ever gotten foot number 2 on them steps?
On the grass, across the fence, none of that. I mean, worst case scenario, they would have tear gassed everybody. Second worst case scenario.
Worse.
Well, I'm sorry. Let me take the word worse out. More than likely, they would have tear gassed everybody. Then they might have tased everybody, and then rubber bullets. And if the rubber bullets didn't work, then you know what the deal would have been.
regular dogs and regular guns. That's what this. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it in this country when people walked peacefully. And so you gonna tell me that these people who are committing us or who are actually putting the seat of government in our country under siege?
This is a coup.
Under siege. And they're walking around. They're not dead.
And
that's treason. They are declaring war on their own country. That's treason.
I got a couple of questions. And what happened to Blue Lives Matter real quick? What you don't care about the Blue Lives right now? And what happened to you? They don't fear for their lives. The Blue Lives don't fear for their lives right now?
Because they're on the same team. They're in the same team. There's two sides of the same coin. So yeah, they gotta do the job of looking like they, hey, don't, because I gotta go back to the office and deal with this. No, they don't want to do that, but they're not gonna put their hands on these people.
Bruh, they are on the actual Capitol, the mezzanines with their Trump flags, and they just standing there like, yo, dog, what you gonna eat later? They on the steps with a bunch of Trump flags. They leaning on the, and nobody is moving them at all. But mister, I gotta go hold up my Bible, gas people, and had them pushed out of the way with sticks and stuff down the block so he could go hold up the Bible. And bro, this is crazy.
You can't get that kind of freedom to sit in a stadium between double headers. You know what I'm saying? You got tickets to both games, and I've had police be like, you need to get up out of here. We got to clean the stadium for game 2. We don't have time for this. These people are bum rushing the U.S. Capitol, and this hasn't been met with armed resistance by our government. You telling me where in the world would they say this if this were happening in another country right now, in all these countries that man called blank hole countries? If this were happening in Uganda, if this were happening in the Philippines, if this were happening in North Korea, if this were happening in any of those places right now, what would we be saying as a country to those places? We'd say they are disintegrating before our very eyes. And you are watching this man. You are watching him, the modern day Nero, except he set the match to let Rome burn. And you are letting this, and there are people who are actively, and I'm going to say their names, Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, John Kennedy, all these cats, Rand Paul, all of them who have Mitch McConnell, every last one of them who empowered this man, who let this stuff go on, who let this election fraud nonsense roll and say he was well within his rights, and you let him lie and lie and lie, and all this stuff. You said, what harm is it going to do? Well, here's your harm now. You have a nation under siege, and you are laying the seed. And I don't think it's hyperbolic at this point to say you are sowing the seeds for a civil war.
Okay, so let's frame this before I gotta take a break. The U.S. Capitol has been breached. Supporters of President Trump have breached the Capitol grounds, are on the mezzanines of the different levels of the Capitol. Some people have been inside of it. Congress people have been hidden in places inside of the U.S. Capitol for their safety. And the tweets that have come out from the President of the United States 5 minutes ago, he said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. 19 minutes ago, he said Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country or our Constitution, giving states a chance to certify a corrected set of facts, not the fraudulent and inaccurate ones which they were asked to previously certify. USA demands truth. That's it. That's what the President of the United States has tweeted out, and the Capitol grounds, the Capitol itself, has been breached. I got to take a break. We'll come back with more of this developing story right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We'll be right back with more right after this.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
It's unbelievable.
My name is Will. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time.
Where are we, man?
I heard
Where are we?
about this guy, some uncle I never knew called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on
They
the
gotta
radio
remove him from
called
office
the
like
Tax
immediately.
Doctor. And
Like
the
they need to be
Tax
He
sued.
should
Doctor,
have been. They had the legal standing to impeach him again after he made that phone call to Georgia. They could have had him forcibly removed from office. He is committing acts of treason.
They got Secret Service has to take him in custody right now.
Thanks, Tax Doctor.
Tell him you just taking him to the bunker, but he ain't free to
the
leave.
IRS or state, call now and pay
Man,
less.
they are. It is going the night. Like I am worried about what's going to go down when the sun goes down.
59. That's it.
And I'm telling you, keep your black behind off these streets.
Bro,
Keep it off these streets. Do you?
You have health insurance.
I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe.
With our free medical enrollment assistance program.
This is frightening in a way that I've not been frightened in my adult life.
90-1377. There are over 13 million people.
You know where you live too. You know where you live.
Starting at $0 to only $50 per month. Care Team has helped thousands of people just like you by providing free enrollment assistance. Don't be taken advantage of by people selling bad insurance. Make sure you have health insurance. Let Care Team Insurance assist you.
This is scary, dude.
Jones and KYOK listeners, I want you to call now and see what you qualify for. Plans starting at $0 to only $50 per month at 281-990-1377. That's 281-990-1377. Or visit careteamcares.com.
You're listening to The Lunch Break with AJ on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
all right, listen, we're back here at the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. We've preempted all sports-related stuff as we are dealing with an unprecedented situation where the White House Capitol has been breached. Supporters of Donald Trump have breached the Capitol grounds, have gone into the Capitol building where proceedings were taking place to certify the election of the 46th president of the United States, Joe Biden. And because I guess they didn't get their way with Mike Pence violating the Constitution and rejecting the certified votes from the Electoral College, Donald Trump put out a tweet, and after that, the grounds were breached.
Did you see that Mike Pence had to be removed by Secret Service because of the mob that Donald Trump, his own president, sent against him? He mobilized those people, and Mike Pence had to be removed by Secret Service under their protection. And there's also a Confederate flag waving in the Senate chamber. That's where we are. So 2021, you have not gotten off to a great start. You got some work to do because you're looking real 2020-ish.
I'm looking at all these different reports of what's going on, and there are people's lives that are in danger that are simply trying to do their job as elected officials right now. And the president of the United States has incited a riot on the Capitol of the United States of America.
He's inciting a civil war. That's what he is, because it cannot stop in Washington, D.C. Because what he wants is to go back to all those states that he says are in play and have a change there. So what's going to happen in these other legislatures? What's going to happen on these other where these other governors are? What's going to happen to these other secretaries of state who certified these elections? Those people are in danger today. And that's not, again, this is not a game. They are in danger. If you are a secretary of state and you certify an election in a state that Donald Trump is willing to tell people he won, then your life is in danger. And the people you work with, their lives are in danger. This is your country. Your country is in danger. And all the people who said, love it or leave it, where are you now? Where are they standing up now? Where are these people call themselves patriots? Where are you now? Where you're watching this unfold? And I'm telling you, like, the hairs are up on my arms And I've got goosebumps, and I'm shaking a little bit because I've not been this frightened for anything in my life as an adult. This is feeling like it's going to end up on my front doorstep, and I don't know what to be prepared for.
Right,
and that's a scary feeling.
Right, and I got you, and I think everyone under the sound of my voice, please, right now, I'm asking you to be as safe and as vigilant as you can. If you don't have to be out unnecessarily, don't. Get somewhere, get to your home, get your family together, get safe, and let this thing play out. Just because it's happening right now in Washington, we've seen what has happened here in Texas with people, surrounding buses and trying to run people off of the road in the name of Donald J. Trump. Again, we've got too much information happening fluently as we speak to be able to know exactly what's going on. The latest I'm seeing right now, Vice President Pence evacuated from U.S. Capitol, and the Capitol has been put on lockdown. It says that the first floor has been evacuated, but they are still heavily on Capitol grounds. They are still well beyond any barriers that they should be adhering to. Just so that there is no incidents going on where people decide to take matters into their own hands, I strongly suggest you get somewhere safe and get tuned into a news source so that you can see what's going on for yourself, if you can. And then David, as far as you and your family, man, just be safe, bro. Be safe.
Yeah.
You and I both know how Louisiana is. You and I both know how Louisiana can be.
It's this is just man. How did we know how we got here, but really, how did we get here, man? Like, why is this okay? Why are we allowed to go so far past the edge? And I mean, it doesn't even make sense, because there are things that are happening. This is all unprecedented in United States history. The actual Confederacy itself did not get into the Capitol, and yet now today there are Confederate flags on the first floor of the nation's Capitol. What I'm
struggling with is the fact that Donald Trump is literally, his only tweet of any kind of direction has been, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. But you've incited this riot. You've incited this, and you are not doing anything to shut it down.
Because he wants it. He needs this chaos, and this is what people do when they madmen and dictators, they operate in chaos. They need the world to be fractured, and as long as it's fractured, he's look. Is this not the reason to declare martial law?
And change the will of 82 million people, and try to change the will of 82 million people who voted legally, who voted fairly.
Out of 2 billion people in China, how many of them are actual communists? You know what I'm saying? It don't take a lot of people to suppress the majority. It doesn't, and they are in full. It's not, and that's the whole thing. It's not just Donald Trump. It's all these people at all these levels of government who sit there. And you see James Comey, who came out this morning and said, even after he gets out of office, he shouldn't be prosecuted. Just let it be. Y'all keep wanting to give these free passes for crimes.
That should be over. I mean, he should be under arrest right now
for treason.
Inside the White House.
Treason and sedition. He's committed both acts. He should be in prison. He should be in prison immediately. He should be taken into custody as an enemy of the state.
Okay, so somebody just said President Trump has been taken into protection off Capitol.
Protected from what?
Yeah, no. Okay, call it that, but you're going to be in this room right here. All joking aside, seriously, folks, be careful. Watch your surroundings. You cannot guarantee what somebody's going to do trying to be a part of this patriotic movement. This is nothing short of domestic terrorism. This is nothing short of domestic terrorism. This is nothing short of trying to force some type of overturning of the democratic process of voting and the electors and all of that. That's what the Constitution calls for. None of this is part of the Constitution. And I'm just going to make it as plain as it can be. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care about any of that kind of stuff. None of this is part of the Constitution. This is not the Boston Tea Party. This is not the Revolution of 1776. This is not any of that.
Oh my gosh. Shots fired in the Capitol. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Listen, get where you can, be safe, protect your family, and we'll try to give you updates as we can on KYOK, on KWWJ, and all of our network of stations. But David, again, I couldn't have done this without you. So thank you as always for being here with me, brother. But please be safe with you and the family, okay? I
will check in with you later as well.
Okay. I was going to say, let's check on each other and check on your family. Make sure you get as many of your family members off the street out of this stuff right here. But again, we're going to go ahead and sign off now. It's the lunch break, KYOK and the legendary KYOK, AM 1140 and 92.3 FM. David, we'll talk to you soon, man.
Yes.
Help, 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 help.